time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Plant, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Working on a few things. And a little I'm up here. Sorry, hold on. I go like that. And I go like that. That's a little better. Can't really see in advance because you take the thumbnail or whatever, but you really kind of can't see. I kind of guess. But let's go ahead with the menu, the list. School Us album sales. I haven't seen my one guy I talked to way back when, but I did want to talk to him. So, but there was no sales made. I just carried with me every day. My manager noticed that one time. And that's just in case there's a sale that needs to be made. But there's the album. Now, second, country song. I don't like sunsets much, etc. We got things rolling on the country front around the house, so we're doing more country listening. I gotta say, I'm thankful that the Bowl 98.9 is back, and then they have the country top 40 Sunday morning, and they have the top, 40 for the year this morning, and I was able to hear some of them. But I printed out a list. It's been a couple of years. They were off the air. They weren't country this time last year, I would say. So, I missed it, and I'm glad it's back. It'll help me stay up to speed. That really helped me more than probably anything was that show, that Sunday morning country top 40 fits. The Bob Kingsley show, whatever it's called. Anyhow, so I'm keeping my head in the game there, and we'll just see. Having fun though with hearing some of these songs. All right, YouTube channel, and now I'm also sitting. I think I was advised to have a little further back. Hope you can hear me okay. Maybe not, but I'll be working on this. Sorry, it's a work in progress. But the YouTube channel, I guess I got a couple of subscribers, so I'm happy about that. I think the viewer amount, time viewed seems to be consistent, even though the number of views are down. But it's been picked up with watching time, so it's just still balancing out. TikTok, I think it's doing maybe not as good, but it's more spread out, so that's cool. No progress in terms of getting a rhyme of the week, a rhyme of the day. That's the next goal. I haven't been able to have that conversation with Edwin. Yeah, he just got a week-long trip, so no time to talk. But we did schedule something for the 20th with Alex. I forgot my other friend. I got to get with him and make sure we could talk about him too. But we got a little crew going. It's really exciting. But anyway, related to social media, no, nothing there. Instagram, nothing major. But yeah, the 2 subscribers was encouraging. It had been a minute since some of that had happened. Rules of engagement, nothing new there. Bellevue Ballers, so just working away. And my job, we're through the holidays, so let's see what I can do in this first quarter with a full schedule, but lighter work while I'm working. So the music for Back to the Rhyme. So again, we're going to focus on the one song. That's kind of the goal out the gate. On the 20th, we'll have everyone together and see what we can come up with. Probably I'll be seeing most everyone the day before, so I can see if I should bring the microphone, be ready to record. Like I said, I've got the song pretty good. I don't plan on exactly going crazy, but if I couldn't do the song there that time, I could certainly do it the next time. The next time could be delayed slightly, but I can work. I can get with my work and come in late or something one day a week if I have to move this along. So we're making huge progress with that. um, and I do have a song in our project, but it's not the one we're working on, which is the way it is. So merch. Was New Year's this past week? Was that last week? Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I didn't go. I don't think I went to my skateboard shop this past week, but I'm really excited about the stickers. I gotta say, I'm really excited. Just how cool is that? If people want to get these stickers, I want them to be able to get these stickers. So I gotta, like I said, I kind of blend it with Bellevue Ballers, so that's why there's a bit of a delay. But I need to check in and see if I can get some more of those. The shirts too, but the shirts we didn't run out. We ran out of stickers, so we need more stickers, right? So, and I need to see. Maybe I need to pay attention to who else might want stickers. So that's something I'd be thinking about. It's cool. Trump's going to thump. We're going to, again, pray for TikTok and all this stuff to get saved. They couldn't save the Sonics, but I hope they could save TikTok. They saved the bull. Couldn't save the Sonics, but they saved the bull. They brought the bull back. They saved the original Coke. They lost the new Coke came and left, more or less. People were wondering if it's really the original Coke, but Sonics, we haven't seen them come back. We don't want to lose TikTok, even for a day, I would say. If you think about that kind of stuff, you don't want to mess around. So pray for that. So Trump's going to thump. Yeah, things are coming along for him. I was going to say something came to me, but I think maybe I mentioned this, but if I didn't, let me mention. I was watching a thing with Tucker Carlson before the election, 4 days before it, and I think Tucker asked a fair question. What's up with having John Bolton, a full-fledged neocon, in your cabinet? And Trump said, he really actually helped me a lot because I'd have him seated there when we're negotiating with North Korea or whoever, and he's ready to go to war at the drop of a hat. So it made our enemies nervous to have me seated with that guy, even though I'm in the end I decide, but it was really interesting. I was like, very smart, very shrewd, and I've never heard that said, so I thought that was cool. Very interesting, very insightful. I still think they need to do a better job. People ask, like, President Trump, your life was spared by an inch. Have you grown closer to God, and what's that been like for you since that? He's never really answered that, honestly, and it hasn't been. And he did explain how he answers questions in that interview. Probably I hadn't heard it really said. He says it's the weave, where you start to answer the question, you kind of go over here because you want to talk about X, Y, Z. And I think other politicians do this. They will actually answer. They'll talk about. Someone ask a question, they'll just talk about something else. But I think he start to answer, go over here, and come back and answer your question. But this one I haven't heard. I really think a lot of people struggle with shame and guilt, and he has no problem with that kind of stuff. He doesn't look back in the past. So for the typical reason that a lot of people come to faith, that wouldn't really apply to him. I don't think he thinks he's God or anything like that, but he's not held back, and he doesn't have this heavy burden of his things he's done wrong, or he didn't carry that with him, in the past. So if most people need to, die to themselves or do whatever to, repent because they just can't, because they just feel shame or guilt. He doesn't seem to have that. Now, for better or for worse, but I think it's good to have someone who's forward thinking. That's why when people are in awe that when he got shot in the ear and popped back up, it's because he's forward thinking. That's why he's on to the next thing. Even he's not sitting there, they say they'd be laying in the fetal position, I suppose, but he's so forward thinking. He was ready to go to the next step immediately. So that's why he's special. He's got a gift. And so, but I still think some reporter could say, try to dialogue a little more, go a little further with that. Maybe they themselves aren't believers on that level, so it's not the right person to really try to engage him. But I would like to know it. Again, maybe because a lot of people aren't real deep thinkers when it comes to God and the afterlife, and he could be one of those. That's probably very possible. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. Okay, so you will be glorified. I'm going to probably, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, bring that up again possibly and see if there's some possibility there. But yeah, I'll just hold tight on that one. Current events, I don't know, I just see these things on Instagram where it look like Keystone Cops to me, people running around. And I do have to say, the city council member who oversees Charlton Jackson in the district, Morales, is stepping down after 5 years. I didn't read why she thought she's being bullied, but they are noticing that I guess she identifies as more of a progressive type, whereas some of the new members are more, I'd say, business friendly, but they're still going to be definitely Democrats. We know that, but not as hardcore, just tear the system down types, right? So not ideologues that way. So anyhow, she's gone. Now, I guess they cleaned up that area for the time being after the guy stabbed 10 people. That was the final straw to finally take action. It shouldn't take having 10 people get stabbed in a short period to have that, but I guess that's what it took in this instance. You should be wanting to step down, just like our old mayor who couldn't show her face probably after that whole embarrassment with the Occupy Capitol Hill movement. Outrageous. So who step in her place, who's leading, we'll see. I guess that Tanya Wu's from that area, and she lost to a radical, but I think she was in a citywide election, whereas this would be probably more her area. Maybe that would be probably the person that would come forward. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be a whole bunch of people, but we'll see. And apparently that this council member was vested after 5 years, so that was the time to step down, was when you got your pension, right? Okay. It's so nice that we're overpaying these politicians. They're not really doing it for public service reasons. Exactly. They get paid very nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to the rhymes, and I finished this song, but I did not have time to recite this song. I'm gonna recite this song, and I'm gonna go on to the next song. And so let's do this, and then after I'm done, I don't think I did it, did I? Someone could maybe let me know if I did it, but so let's call it "You a Swine, No Pearls for You," and it goes like this: if the shoe fits, wear it. The hoof split, spare it. Consumption's a no-no, depends on your ammo. If it's a no-go, we still act though. Cause the distinction, cause we thinking is you thinking, or you gonna take a pass? Overwhelmed, if inclined, I'll show the path. The math, the calculation, the craft, anticipation, what's coming next, since you know so much you won't guess, right? You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through, because what's about to go down is under God's purview. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through, because what's about to go down is under God's purview. Presumptuous, with so much scrumptious. You don't want to keep up, get left behind. In the dust, is ignorance a must or a choice? That blind spot don't allow you to hear my voice. He said his sheep know his voice, to which I say, bah. They saying there's something old and something new, but I'm seeing it's one continuous story. That's got to be true. No time to dine with the swine. You got to get yours, and I got to get mine. No, you a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through. Because what's about to go down is under God's purview. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through. Because what's about to go down is under God's purview. No time like now to get clear on the how. Anyhow, how do you want it? Will you be like, Lord, Lord, and have him say, I do not know you? So avoidable, but it is you a sow? Wow. But how would you know? Does a swine know it's a swine? Maybe. Even if it does, it still wouldn't know pearls from a marvel. I personally marvel at how my fellow man can't seem to understand pearls of wisdom, standards of sense, since it's lost on so many. It's is all a stench that could be coming from a sty. You my mensch, don't be that guy. Because 2 minutes and 15 seconds. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through. Because what's about to go down is under God's purview. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through. Because what's about to go down is under God's purview. Yeah, a couple minutes, 2.5 minutes. Very nice. I'm trying to think, maybe I did recite it at the end of the last show, but I don't believe I had the time. I'm not just exactly remembering. It's a little better here, a little more organized, a little more of a work desk here. Really impromptu to my other location. All right, so I get papers here, but I could use my, this doesn't, I got papers right here. All right, so I think I've talked about this in current events and whatnot, and it's time to write a song because I do think about it a lot, partly because my route is on Aurora. The southern part of the problem starts on my route, and it goes up to the city of Shoreline. And gosh, what day was that? That's another current events. We had, I think it was this week, I'm sure of it. It wasn't fireworks to celebrate the new year. It was gunshots there on 102nd and Linden. They claimed that was Greenwood. It's not Greenwood. That's basically a block off Aurora. That's Oak Tree. The guy gets out. I don't know. You can see a recording where the guy pulls up and tries to block another guy, and he gets out as casual as could be. Starts just very relaxed, not like the movies or something. Like you get serious, you get in your position. No, he's just like, "Hey, man," and then, "Oh, I missed you. Okay, now I'm going to follow you." It was really amazing. But I think they were fighting over turf. Right, so it's amazing to me, and I'm going to write this song. The guy comes up from California to Seattle, and now it's his turf. What's our turf? Where's our turf? The guy he's a total transplant from California. Now he's got his turf here. Outrageous. I mean, it's kind of like, can we get some homegrown pimps? You got to come up here from California? Okay. I'm just looking at my options. I think I'm going to use this to write on. All right. Yeah, why do we need to? We gotta bring them in. We're gonna import pimps. The guys here just can't do it. All right. The name of this song is "What Kind of Pimp Are You?" All right. I was going to integrate this with another, but I think I've got lots of ideas here because it's just something I constantly, like I said, I see it somewhat, not a ton, but I do, and it's around. I must say I was at Chick-fil-A yesterday, in the hot spot, and it was raining. It's dark. I sometimes that doesn't seem to matter, but I saw nobody. I must say that. What type of pimp are you? Now, back in the day, you had Pimpin' Ain't Easy, Big Daddy Kane. When it comes to whole anything goes, got Pimpin' Ain't Easy, Pimpin' Ain't Easy, or whatever. And then Intelligent Hoodlum said, yeah, Pimpin' Ain't Easy is greasy, slouchy, slimy, slippery, sleazy, or something like that. Greasy, something like that. So it was good to have someone push back on that, but it's more to the side of, oh, it's cool or something, right? So what type of pimp are you? Are you a vicious pimp? I almost have to check how to spell vicious. I think I know, but let me make sure. Gotta get that right. So VICIO, it's gotta be like that. Vicious pimp. Vicious pimp. Yeah, he was deemed the vicious pimp. My mom understood that there's no such thing as a non-vicious. It goes without saying, but they had to say that this guy was a vicious pimp. I should see if this journalist is a pimp apologist. Okay. Yeah, vicious. VICIOUS. Having a nature of vice, evil, or immorality. Depraved. Yes. Okay. Should we look up the definition of pimp? Let's see what a pimp is. Just the definition itself. Pimp. It's good to do this. Isn't it fun? We're learning. Pimp. A procurer, pander. Pimping pimps, to serve as a pimp. Origin unknown. Really? Origin unknown. We don't know which country this came from. Who wants to take credit for this? A procurer. Well, this is very, a vicious procurer, Are you a vicious procurer? In other words, I could say, are you, in other words, I will add to the song. In other words, are you vicious procurer? I didn't get the exact spelling on that, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to look up procurer, because that's not like everyday talk, but we understand to procure, to secure. I think you can get into some suffixes on that. Procure. Uh-huh. Okay. Procure. A procurer, one who procures. What is procure? To obtain, acquire, to bring about. Effect. Procure. A solution. To obtain a person for sexual intercourse. To work as a procurer. Really? It's like that, huh? Okay. And then you have as Latin, procure, to manage, pro, for, curate, to care for. Cure, right? Okay. To care for. Well, I don't think someone who cares for something could be vicious. But the number three definition is to obtain for another, a person for sexual intercourse. Oh, right. To obtain for another. Okay. Is actually a name for a pimp, is a procurer. I guess we learned. If you knew it already, congratulations. I sure didn't. Are you a vicious procurer? Wow. Dolly Parton was doing something like that in that little whorehouse in Texas. Was she wasn't vicious? Was she? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe you're a, again, go back to this, benevolent pimp. Benevolent, like the benevolent dictator, right? The benevolent pimp. B-E-N B-E-N-E, right? Benevolence, benevolent. Characterized by or suggestive of benevolence, kindly. Benevolence is an inclination or tendency to do kind or charitable acts. Right. And that would be quite the opposite of vicious, wouldn't it? Or are you a benevolent? Benevolent pimp. Not, what's the word? Not, I guess you could say not prone. But I thought not, not prone to clocking the dome of the ones who give you a home because they are your slaves. How am I doing on time? As for the runaway, you are prone to clock in the dome of the one who's, oh, I'm out of time. Next time we're back to the runs. You saw that where that was going.